Okay. So for you, those of you just joining, just pretend you heard the most epic introduction ever. I'm not going to repeat it for those already on, but basically I was just welcoming everyone to tonight's call and getting everyone really excited for the Cleanse campaign that we're running. Tonight's intention is just to get us all on the same page, all the energy, really excited, and then also, clear action steps for us to take so there's no confusion and we come away and get into it. So I won't be doing most of the talking tonight, which is probably nice for you guys, but I will be handing over to the beautiful Mandy, who's really been, she's always a leader, but particularly stepping up with this, and she's really going to go through how it's going to run. On a, just always, I think it's good to reconnect back into why and why you really want to do this as the business, but especially your why over this springtime. And as I said, biggest time of the year, and there's urgency to it, but also I think it would be really good, and we could get some chats going here of our goals. So, getting realistic, as we know, at the end of the day, it is a numbers business. So how many people do you want to invite into this? Oh, Mandy's running off. How many people do you want to invite into this spring cleanse campaign? And working backwards. So if you want to get 8 people on board, we know that if we talk to 10, probably 2 will, if we added 10 people to the page, probably 2 will actually do it. So knowing your numbers, I'd just love to see from everyone, how many people would you love to get into this spring cleanse? So it's starting on August 31st, Mans. Let's get the...
Sorry, Dane's chopping wood, and all I could hear was this banging, so I just had to go and tell him to postpone for a second.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
What a man in the background, just chopping wood.
Just chopping wood.
I love it.
Sorry, Dale, what were you saying?
No, I was just saying, so I was just, we're setting the tone for it. But also at the end of the day, it really helps when we bring it back to a number of, people that we would love to get into the spring cleanse. Because I think when we know our numbers, it also takes our personal stuff out of it, because we're focusing on how many people we can talk to and invite into this page and into this supportive hub and environment. And then it's less like about us. It's more about, how many people can we impact and how many people can we invite into this community, which, is one of our biggest leverage points. So I think that's Tully, 7 on each. 7 on each.
It's owl.
Oh, that's owl. 7 on each. What does that mean, owl? 7 in each cleanse. Okay, cool. Does anyone else want to share?
Hang on. 7 participating in each of those cleanse rounds. Personally enrolled.
Got you. I mean. Okay, got you. Cool. Yep. That makes sense. Does anyone else? And I mean, it can be something you can go away and have a think about for newbies to start cleansing with us for the April one. Yep. Or who have 2 people to join with them. Koza, cool. So Koza's going for duplication. That's really cool. Because I do feel like as BFree as a community, that's what we really want to, I feel like, I know me personally, and what I want to work with our team, my team and the collective team is like really duplicating, because that's when people stay on long term. That's awesome. Viv and Laura, 4 newbies, Lock, 10 cleansers, 2 consultants. He's just going for it. Loving your leadership at the moment, Lock, or always. Perfect. 3. Oh, that's really good. Viv and Laura, 30 to 40% of current cleansers to get back on board. I've been doing that, and Al's going to talk more about that, but that's a really, really powerful way to, re-engage those that already obviously love the products. So awesome, guys. And Jack and Judy are just having a discussion, trying to work out how many they want. Perfect, cool. So like I said, numbers keeps it really tangible. And then, so if you want 10 cleansers, we know that we're going to have to invite I'm not a numbers person, but is that 40? No, 10 cleanses. So he's going to have to, can someone do the maths? My maths is so bad. 100, yes. Oh, it depends on the conversion rates. So yeah, it could be, 50 or 100. So yeah, knowing your numbers is powerful. And this means we're going to have this really great energy in the page. The other thing is when you set your goals for things like this, and I know especially when we go to events, we can all get like set these huge crazy goals. 10, okay. We can set big crazy goals, but when you set your goal, you want it to be a stretch, but also feel like you haven't just written a number on a piece of paper. So find that meaningful number for you. And also, and we may get my friend who I'm actually in Bali with at the moment on a call one of these days. She's an incredible manifesting coach, but she taught me this. It's like when you look at your goal, just be aware of any limiting beliefs come up. Like, oh, I don't have enough time. I'm not quick at sales. I'm not good at closing sales. I don't have anyone to talk to. Just be aware of any limiting beliefs that come up when you're looking at your goal. And then you need to anchor in an affirmation that would have to be true in order for you to achieve your goal. And I hope that makes sense. So it's like, for me, when I was in Derby, I thought I took ages to make sales because I build slow relationships. And Alex was like, anchor in, I'm fast and effective at closing sales. I'm fast and effective at closing sales. And I did that, and I was blown away by how my results changed. So just play with that. When you set your goal, just be aware of any limiting beliefs pop up. And then if you want help with this, I'm happy to, but anchor in a belief that's really going to help you achieve your spring cleanse goals. So that's just a little bit on the overview, why everyone's sort of having something tangible to work towards in terms of what we're going to bring into the group. And then I'm going to hand you over to the beautiful Mandy, who is going to share with us the how-tos of this group and this page and how we can make it awesome.
Thanks, darling. Monica, can you just mute your line, honey?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No worries, just got a bit of background noise. All good. All good. Thank you. Work it out. Beautiful. Thank you. Awesome. Thanks, Cez. That's great. And so, I mean, you've literally just covered like you're saying, just an overview of it all. But I guess the information I sort of wanted to provide tonight was really just to be clear and give you all a bit of clarity on the intention behind why why I was sort of thinking initially of setting up that second page after sort of chatting with Tulls about it a little bit more over the last few weeks. And obviously it was to sort of provide a space of for new prospects to be able to come in, like said that it's just high energy, a space of where, you know, they're getting put in specifically around this, obviously, this 30-day reset phase. And so that they can go in, they can see the testimonials, they can see the transformations, the recipes, the lives, the online launches, all of these things that we want to add into it without, I guess, the difference being without sort of being put into Be Well initially, because of the welcomes and the celebrations of the first cleanse days and everything else. I find that everything sort of tends to get lost. So hence why, I guess, coming off the back of what Anna and Morgs were saying the other week, these campaigns can actually be really powerful just for that real intentional, urgent burst of action. So by being able to add everyone into this page, hopefully everyone's energy is high. There's been a lot of people that have put up their hand to obviously contribute. Obviously by spreading that load of work throughout the community really makes it less work for everyone. So, but we're obviously all then leveraging it. So if there is anyone on here that, hasn't put their hand up or would like to or didn't know about it or whatever, then feel free. Laura's done an amazing job at setting up a little schedule for a roster. of where we're sort of, you know, just rotating that around so that the page is literally being contributed to by everyone, with varying, like I said, the varying things of transformations, recipes, all that sort of stuff. So if you haven't been added in, then we'll go off after this call and we'll just chuck everyone else. I'm assuming everyone would be happy to be added in anyway. So we'll add you into that so you can have a little look around. It's starting to get a little bit of content in there now. So the idea is, I guess, to build that up with it launching, you know, hopefully tomorrow we can start adding people in, and then that content will just obviously build over time. So yeah, no worries about that, Nance, can do that. So that's literally, I guess, the difference of why we, instead of having everyone being added into Be Well, that was the difference. So that then obviously once they get started, then there is a transition period where they can be added into Be Well. And the difference of that too is that, you know, while you've got that prospecting page and that transition into Be Well, that's when they're going to get that support, well, that cleanse support after. So they'll get their welcomes, they'll get their, you know, congratulations and all of that, and they're part of the community then. So this is really just to get them all excited to start off with. So that's basically, I guess, the intention of having that separate page. So obviously, I think Sarah's may have touched on, so we've got the group cleanse date starting as such, which is the 4th of September. So the start of spring, with the intention of the week before being, I guess, considered our Blitz week. So that's where all your enrolments and obviously your registration for interest of it to be sort of all compacted into that 1 week beforehand. I think we've put, Carl's has said on a couple of the flyers, registration closing on the 31st of August, just enough time to obviously allow for delivery. And that, you know, that way too, it's, what's it going to go with that? So you obviously just, around that Blitz week, then if you're working within your team, you've obviously also got that benefit of where all of that influx of BV is generating through your business at that 1 week. So that just means if you're setting your goals for different ranks, or the 5-cycle bonus or a 1-star bonus, whatever it is for you, that's where you're going to build that momentum and energy for it all to start to impact in that 1 week. So, you know, and this, I guess, is where I sort of get a bit excited. I do love that whole working out numbers thing. So if anyone does need any help with that, then please feel free to reach out and I can, you know, have a chat to you about that as well. So yeah, just making it all very intentional, making it fun, creating some urgency, and really, I guess, showing, I think by us all banding together and putting that energy into this new page, then, yeah, I do love my numbers. Then obviously we're creating such a great visual, I guess, for everyone to see that energy that we're providing and what our community is about. So people might be, you know, originally sort of going into that page just for a 30-day reset, but they're starting to get a feel for that community and, oh, these guys are really having fun doing it. You know, if there's lives in there, they can see that interaction, they can see all that sort of stuff happening, and it just may resonate with someone that sort of goes, okay, well, this kind of looks pretty cool. So I think that will really help too. And, you know, I guess the ultimate success of this 30-day cleanse, this page, is going to be around the consistency and the action from all of us. So I know everyone's got stuff going on in life and we're all busy, but it really, if we're all on a schedule, and like Laura's done so beautifully, if we've all got a bit of a roster system going on, it's really not going to take a lot of time over this next month for everyone to be adding value to that page if they so choose. And don't feel as though you have to, but if you do put up your hand and want to be involved in that, then there's not a lot to be asked of you, which can then obviously ultimately leverage the whole community can get value from it. So I think that's really cool. We've thrown around, a couple of weeks ago, we threw around a few ideas just around some promos and some incentives, which I think is still a bit of a work in progress. We haven't sort of nailed anything down for that, but that can be a thing that you can work obviously individually as well with your own teams, to incentivize them to hit different ranks or cycles, whatever it is. So that's a great little way of obviously rewarding your own team, which I know that Dean and I have definitely spoken about, and are really excited to share with our team of hoping that that will ignite a bit of something else in them as well. So it's always good. What else did I want to share? So I guess that's probably the intention behind the page. And then I had a sort of a little, another little bit that I thought I'd share, and I don't know whether I'm crossing over with what Elle was going to say, so hopefully not. But then obviously to use this page to just get some quick runs on the board. So for people who are just starting, like if we were to sort of focus on a few sort of main areas, which I think Sarah's may have touched on just then before too, if you're focusing on, say, people who are in their first 30 days now and they're starting to have really great results, then this could be a really great leverage page for them to just go, awesome, okay, well, we're doing this spring cleanse. Why don't you, get these people on board, chuck them in the page, see what it's about, and then it just takes all that pressure off, obviously, that new person who doesn't know what the hell they're doing, and gives them an out to a certain degree, but just lets them sort of learn along the way. So I think that's really good. So you can obviously touch back to your product users, obviously your product sharers, anyone who's just sort of playing around, not necessarily a big business builder or anything, but enjoying that sharing process. Then you can reach back down to them. We also talked about obviously long-term product users who are really, just loving the products and have done for a long time, who may have some banked up BV that they might not know how that works. So, if you're sort of reaching down into your team and looking and seeing that they might have $400 or $500 sitting there worth of BV, and again, if you don't know how to work that out, let me know. I can help you with that. But that's a great incentive for someone who may not be thinking about doing it as a business, but loves the products. So again, creating consultants, helping someone get paid, so all of that. And then obviously Al will touch on a bit more, I think, about the inactives. But another one, just reach down and those people who you might have got started 2 years ago who are now, know that they had great results, but they've just fallen off for whatever reason. So that's another great way to obviously reach down and see if they're ready to try again, but in a better mindset or whatever it is. So obviously just by engaging with those people that are already in your organisation, you've already got, lots and lots of people that you can actually just go out and reach out to without enrolling new people. So, and then you can go back to your master list and start from there. But, if you sort of look within your team already, you may sort of find that, and I know this is another thing we sort of chatted about before with Tully, is that, when that cleanse starts, I mean, I've committed to myself and to obviously lead by example in the fact that I'll do another premium pack, which I generally have every week anyway, but commit to doing that. So ordering another premium pack during that week, that Blitz week, so that, and then you're inspiring your team to do the same, them to, talk to their team about it. And just by getting, obviously, everyone on board doing the cleanse with people, with the spring cleanse, you're already getting that BV that's flowing through your business as well. So it's just all those additional things that will help, obviously, build your business. So, and obviously the last thing I sort of really, I guess, wanted to touch on was, we've got the 2 cleanse pages, but we still want to obviously be contributing to Be Well. That's our lifeline with things. That's really important to make sure we're all aware that this, that the energy doesn't fall off there. This prospecting page is just, is around that 30 days. So put some love into that. Not a lot is needed because of the scheduling, but make sure that you're, contributing to Be Well as well, and if you, what I sort of like to, I guess, put to my team is that if you're adding people into Be Well, for example, then make sure that you're contributing to that page. Make sure that you're commenting on other people's posts, not just your team's posts, not just the people that you're adding. Make sure that you're adding and contributing to everyone's post in there, so that, which I think if I'm looking at this this screen here. We all are. So I'm talking to the already converted, but it's, it's important because then the people that you're adding in, they're getting to see that you're active, and obviously getting notified every time that you are as well. So, I think that's, then I was going to, hang on, I've got another page of notes. Am I still good to go, Says? Can I keep talking for a sec? Okay. So then what I wanted to, so obviously that's just the intention behind it, things that we want to touch on, but then I thought I'd just go over a couple of simple steps to maybe help give you a way to utilise the page. Okay. So obviously within these next couple of weeks prior to that registration week, we're going to be, reaching out to people, connecting, reigniting relationships, doing all of that. So obviously once you've made that connection, there's a couple of things. Obviously you're sending them a template, which I've sort of done up one, which I'll add into BFree, which may resonate with a few of you and help you sort of get something, together to send on to people. But again, like I think Anna and Morg said, copy and paste, but customise. Don't make it just a copy and paste. Make it a personal thing, but with but obviously just with the same sort of similar content in there. So you're sending a template or a voice message, or you're calling people, obviously just to reconnect, and just sharing your own commitment of what you've got around this 30-day cleanse. So getting them excited. Obviously then from there, you're asking them permission, no different to Be Well, asking them permission to add them to the page. Obviously, the next, this is where I probably differ a little bit with the next step that we had sort of spoken about. I personally don't, if I've just sort of spoken to someone about, sending them some information or whatever, I don't personally send them a tool at that point, and everyone's different. But I feel as though if you're sending something where you haven't had a conversation to actually what their goal is, then I feel like you're just sending some random bit of information that may not resonate with what they're actually wanting to achieve anyway. So my way of doing that obviously is then we follow, and I don't know if anyone else has seen this, but we follow a training that Lloyd and Alicia had done, and there's a training, a recording of it in the ANZ page. If you just Google online hangouts or search online hangouts, there's a training in there that we follow and have taught our team to have a look at as well. It's really simple, it's duplicatable, and it's basically getting them on a 3-way messenger chat, obviously finding out a bit about their goals, but getting them on the phone really, really quickly. So I think it's fairly standard with a few of the leaders, but everyone's different, but I just don't like to send a tool prior to actually having a really deep conversation about it anyway. So, good. So a few of you guys have actually seen it. So I really recommend go and watch that. I think that would give you some really good steps to follow, and a really, and then it's just mastering that mundane, perfecting the really boring stuff. But that's probably all that I sort of had to share. I think, if we all just band together and stay committed to, it's not a long period of time. It's now really less than 3 weeks away. So if we can all just add that bit of energy, keep it high, and I think we'll all sort of, see little growths or big growths, whatever it is in our business. All of it's moving forward. So I think I've spoken enough.
That was awesome. There was just a couple of points that really stood out for me on that was this is a tool in itself. Would you agree, Mans? This page is a soft kind of approach and a tool, and you did crush that, Mans. And also I think this is one of the best ways to create consultants, because it is very easy for new people. I loved that point. It's very easy for new people to invite other people, or say, get a group of you together and you can all cleanse together, add them to the page. They can get a feel for it themselves. And when we did the Her Healthy Life page last year, that really worked well. So I really loved that. And the other thing is, this is a slightly smaller page, but it's a great page for you to get outside your comfort zone, you know, with trying lives or, you know, having fun, being a bit bolder. So have a play, add your own genius, add your own value to that as well. So, yeah, I really loved those points, and thanks heaps for all those steps because it's very practical, and we've got numbers, practical steps. We'll get a template. We've got a schedule. It's all there. So thanks heaps. And, yeah, you...
Sorry, I was just going to say, just answering, yeah, thank you for adding that bit in. But I was just going to say, I think it was to Fib and Laura. Yeah, so we won't do any welcomes into that page. That's what Be Well's for. So just keep this really clean and simple. Yeah. Which is obviously...
that's awesome. So, yeah, there's two distinct different intentions for each page. This is a prospecting, get excited, and then this is the nurturing, the supporting, the community, the value. Yeah, cool. That's awesome. Does anyone have any questions or anything else that's not clear? And I think, Al, did you just have anything you wanted to add to that as well? I don't know where Al is. Alice, you're on mute. There's two Tullys online.
Sorry. I'm still logging.
I'm like Al not to have anything to say.
So yeah, no, Man's pretty much covered it. There was just a couple of things just to kind of go over what Mans was saying too. That I think the idea was, they're not put into Be Well until the end of that cleanse time. So you know, check with them how they've gone in that 30 days or the cleansing page, then transfer them to Be Well. And as soon as the campaign finishes, that first campaign finishes, basically that page will shut down, and then we can start up the next one for the next time period. And I think that would be a good idea too, because it just means that all the content that we've put in the first one just means we just basically plug it in at the right times for the second one as well. So it just means we don't have to keep redoing posts. Is everyone cool? Does everyone think that'll work? Cool. So the other thing was just we talked about it the other night on Mans and Sarah and I had a bit of discussion about this. Is be a really good thing to use this time to have a bit of a cull of Be Well. So if you can go back through your back office and go back to your personally enrolled, and either get in touch with them. I mean, it's a great leverage point, as Mans was saying, great leverage point for this spring cleanse, but also it just means that we're getting rid of the deadwood in Be Well who may not want to be in there, and it just means that group is more, it just means more because there's less people in it, and the people who are in it are committed or still interested in the products. They may not be ordering still, but there's a lot of people in there that I'm sure are, engaging or at least looking at the posts and maybe interested down the track. So it's a great time to just tap in. If you're personally enrolled, aren't still using it, but you know that there are people, you can look in your back office and see who's still ordering and things. So yeah, if everyone could do that, that would be great.
Yeah.
So the other thing is I thought I'd share it because this is something that worked for me when I kind of did my last, as a template when I did my last real go with it. So I just might copy and paste and put it into just the chat box, and you can just copy and paste and put it, paste it somewhere. But this was really effective for me when I last got in touch with heaps of people, and there was very few no's, I'm not interested. So I figure that if you can just obviously adapt it to your own, I'm just going to send that. Fiddle around with it and obviously customize it to your own person. And you can either put the spring cleanse in this first in the first template, or wait for them to say, "Yep, I'm keen," and then you can drop, "Well, can I give you a call? Because actually there's this spring cleanse coming up that you might be interested in." But I really loved Man's point, and I think since I did this, I listened to Lloyd and Alicia's call. I've been become more and more educated and things around how it's best to prospect. And it's definitely that instead of, if they come back from that saying, "Yeah, I'm interested," you need to get them on a call. because you really need to define their health goals before you send them a tool. Because so when I did this last time, I just sent out like a Mary Evans. If they were keen on, it was the health goal, I sent the Mary Evans out. And then I found it really difficult. I mean, and yeah, some people jumped on board, but I found it really difficult to follow up after that. But rather, if you get them on a face-to-face call, it's just so much easier to get that, you get that authenticity and interaction with them. That is, it's the way to go. So that's really all from my point. Yeah.
Thanks, Dal. No, I think they were really good points, and thanks for posting that up. Could you put that up on BFree as well?
Yeah, I will.
That's all there for everybody. Great. And I know Locke had a question. Did you want to ask away, Locke?
Yeah, just really quickly, guys. I don't know whether we actually spitballed this as well, but I just thought about that when Al was speaking as well about old cleansers and whether they want to kind of get back on and all that as well. Would we toy with actually posting this through Be Well as well and just do a little spin on it to say, hey, what's your thoughts? Have we talked about that yet? Like just like a bit of like a old cleanser alert or something like that. Just like in big, emoji kind of like, I'm not the best at emojis, but like you girls are. But just kind of like big flashy type of things and just say, hey, if you haven't done one for a while, it's only, it's the last month of, it's going to be the first month of spring or whatever it is, we've got a spring cleanse going on. So, and, and then everyone on here, all the leaders, if you comment below on that post, then all of your people that you've added to that page are going to see that post. And so, yeah, maybe that might be something that we could possibly do as well. I don't know whether that's a good idea or not. So,
are you ready to get back on the health wagon?
Just really get into their pain points. Just like, when's the last time you did a reset? Like you remember how good you felt. Like just, just touch on those points. I reckon could be a bit of a winner and just save us a lot of time with going through all of our own things. I'll still be doing it as well, but if we can kind of do that, I reckon that'll be good.
Love that idea. And to be honest, like it could be good. And I'm more than happy unless someone else could put their hand up. But a live could be, maybe we could do a post and a live, because a live would be something quite different on the page. So maybe we could do both of those to give people a real sense on the live of what's happening and get people excited. They'll hear the excitement and then do the post too. So yeah, more engaging. Yeah, I think so too. Awesome. Cool. That's why I love what's going on here, because everyone on this team calls had real value to add, and that's when we make something bigger and better than we could do ourselves. So perfect. I reckon unless anyone else has any questions, that is probably a wrap for tonight. It can be a nice short one. And hopefully that is crystal clear. And then I'm really excited to see all the energy and all the people being added over the next couple of weeks. Awesome. All right, you can jump off that chat. Look at you.
Thanks,
you're at a I'm like,
I hate you.
Yeah, that was harsh. I was rubbing it in. I'll be back soon. Hey, Claire, I don't know if Claire's in the UK. But you can all jump off and say hi to each other. But other than that, enjoy your evenings and awesome jumping on.
Beautiful. So I was just going to say, whoever isn't, I was just going to say to Jack and Judy and Monica, I think, and maybe Dina, I think they're the only ones who, and Claire isn't actually in the page. So I'll just add you into that, and then you can fire away from there. Are you happy?
And Mans, just quickly, do you have a date when we're actually starting to add people? I don't know whether
I think you can from now. Yeah, Says. Do you think there's enough? Obviously, it'd be great to get a bit more content in there. So I guess there's probably about 7 posts at the moment. Maybe around that.
I think so. When you add, you're going to want to also add some value, because you're like, I'm putting my people in.
That's right.
And then as soon as people are in, a pressure on us to like, okay, quick, they're in. It's happening.
Yeah, of course. When you do those lives, though, a lot of people get the notification as well. So if you actually are going live in that group and they're added, then everyone gets a notification. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
I was going to say too, so maybe we'll do an online, or has anyone got a plan of doing an online launch at all this week at this stage? If not, we'll do one. Hey, Carls?
Yes, I think
Cool.
we will. Now that
So
you're
maybe, yeah, so what we'll do is, I haven't worked it out yet, but I'll have a look to see how it works with, obviously off the Zoom, to be able to link it straight into the page as a live, so they're seeing it in real time. So I'll see how that goes. If not, it will just post up in a video for the time being. But I think if we can get an online webinar in there this week as well, that would be pretty cool.
Great. Yeah. Awesome. And
All
we've got
right.
it in the BFree so everyone knows, and we can send people on too. So yeah, great work, guys. And,
You guys, just
Let's see
another
you-
question.
yeah, go for it.
This is not because of the page, but we are from the Netherlands, and we are now, of course, in an Australian group. But we just heard that the Netherlands is launching at the end of 2017. Yay!
Very exciting.
Yay!
Yeah, so that's pretty big for us. So what we wanted to do is, make a page like that, of course, for Dutch network. But do you know how to? I don't know who is doing all the events there. How do we contact them? Do you know how to do that?
At the moment, obviously it's just the UK that's got the specific events moniker. So I'm assuming, obviously, once it launches into the Netherlands and into Ireland, they'll start to obviously have those events start to come, and they'll go from there. But obviously, it's just the UK at the moment. There is
There's a webinar going on the 7th of September for people in the Netherlands. I don't know if that will be English or not, but I'm actually thinking, or we just spoke about that we can maybe make a webinar for ourselves and maybe put some people of you in there so people can ask some things.
There's also a business page for the Europe
We in there, yeah.
community, yeah. So there might be something in there as well.
Okay.
But
So, if you hear any information that we can maybe, grab, that we can, I don't know,
start to leverage from.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, definitely.
No, thank you. Sorry for the question in between.
No.
Oh, hey, Kimmy. That's cool. Very exciting. So, I think on that note, we'll leave everyone to it, and we'll see you online in the groups.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
See you
guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Are a few of you staying on? Is Man staying on?
No, I don't know. I think she might have gone.
Or were you
But while you're on, Says, how are you, beautiful, in Bali?
Yes.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good, honey. So just, I'm going to do a live tonight because gorgeous Gab's busy. And I just thought it would, I've just instantly put my hand up and said, well, I'll do it anyway. I haven't had a shower today either. So thank God it's not smelly vision, because I would just so stink, this girl boss. But do you think it has to be about my journey? Like, can I just simply get excited about doing a spring cleanse with them? Like, I mean, I could go on and talk about that, but I think the transformations are going to come in. Everyone's going to see my transformation pictures. I just thought, can I talk about my favourite products? Like, what?
Yep,
what
perfect.
does it matter? Like, just something a little bit more, 3 minutes, like really quick.
Perfect. I think, like, honestly, people's attention span is not even that. It's like 90 seconds. If people see the videos like longer than a minute or two, they're just not going to watch it. So I would even like start your live with like, and always an engaging question's really good. Like, want to know my secret weapon. or something like that, question mark. And then like in your photo at the beginning, like hold them up so it's visually engaging, and then just say these two, game changer, and just the like key points of like, this totally has given me energy, helped me sleep, reset. This is one of my favorites, and e-shots, no need for coffee, I can party on, whatever it is. I reckon that's awesome, and it's different in variety. So I love that idea. Perfect.
Yeah, sure. Okay, sweet. Well, I just thought I'm going to do that now just to help, because I just thought the same. If we all kind of get too wrapped up in sharing everything, I mean, I could talk about it for hours.
Oh, I think I forgot to stop recording.